we gotta stop meeting at 1 a.m., guys. I gotta start doing these at a reasonable hour. But truly, while I've been traveling, I have been waking up, immediately going out the door, and have been busy all day until the end of the day. And usually I'm getting up just before I have to leave the house. And so I haven't had any time, and I'm just squeezing this in just before I go to sleep. So that's why there are all these late ones, and then my computer will die in the middle of uploading it, so then I have to upload it in the morning, and it's a whole thing. So that's why there's a little bit of inconsistency. Anyway, today I want to talk about building an ambitious vision for your life. And this is an idea that I have started thinking about all day, and it's the one thing that really permeated all of my thoughts in every moment that I had free. Because early in the day, I had a really interesting conversation with someone who I think is incredibly optimistic and incredibly grateful for what a ambitious life they live. And what I mean by that is they had an optimistic and ambitious vision for their life in the past, which has led them to have a pretty remarkable life. And they continue to be an incredibly remarkable person. And one of the things that I really observed in them is that they give themselves full permission, wholeheartedly, to have a really ambitious vision for themselves and for their life. And this is something that I feel like I'm only slowly starting to grow into. I think that having the gall, the courage to dream big enough to fit a big ambition for your life is something that I don't think everyone has. I especially think while I'm in America, I'm noticing these tendencies that potentially are British. This sort of like tall poppy syndrome is sort of a phrase that I've heard before, where you have the idea that raising yourself above a certain level feels somewhat unpalatable. Whereas in America, the spirit of dreaming as big as you can is something that's built into the culture of it. I don't think it's as shunned or as looked down upon. And I don't even think looked down upon is the right thing. I just don't think it's celebrated in the same way as American culture celebrates having an ambition vision for your life. But while I'm here and talking to people about having ambition visions for their life, I found myself really finding this part of American culture extremely attractive. And I think that having an ambitious vision for your life is an incredibly important and powerful thing, because not being able to have an ambitious vision for your life, if that is the true calling of your life, is to have an ambitious calling, then you sort of feel constricted and claustrophobic in ways that are hard to describe. Your soul in some ways feels constricted and claustrophobic. And I think for me, while on this trip, at least for today, I have really thought about the fact that giving myself permission to have an ambitious vision for my life is going to be and is a really freeing thing. Because I think that moderating my ambition, moderating my hopes and dreams is something that you sort of hear yourself doing with the cynicism or the jadedness of adulthood. When you're a child, you dream as big as your imagination can be, and you decide that you want to be a Pokemon trainer, even though you don't know yet that it doesn't exist, or to be an astronaut, even though the likelihood that you can be an astronaut is so small. And it doesn't feel wrong. It feels good to dream huge, dream big, and have a really ambitious vision for your life. And that's something that I've really appreciated about the American culture as I experience it while on this trip, is that having an ambitious vision for your life is something that everyone has permission to do here and is somewhat celebrated. Whereas in the UK, I think that having an incredibly ambitious vision for your life can be met with a lot of, oh, I don't know, you've got it really good as it is. And if that's something that you want, something that you dream of, I think that people should be allowed to dream big and have an ambitious vision for their life. And that's not to say that having a small vision for your life is should be looked down upon, because I think that people's visions for their life should match their true desires. And I think for some people, having a modest life with simple pleasures is what they dream of, and for other people, having ambitious visions for their life is their true calling. And neither one is necessarily better than the other. But I think that, especially in the British culture, I find there is a reticence to having an ambitious vision for your life. And I have really found the spirit of America, or New York in particular, of being a city full of dreamers, whether that's immigrants or people who just come to the big city, the big smoke, in order to achieve whatever dreams they have for their lives, and have that ambition, and to dream big. And I found all of that to be really, really attractive and really, really energizing, particularly at the beginning of the year, having conversations with people who have exciting dreams, and exciting large dreams that feel really ambitious and feel impossible in a lot of ways. But people who are really excited to have those visions for their life. And even if they don't achieve it, I think that, like I said before, being free to have an ambitious vision for your life is really important in a lot of ways. I think it leaves you unconstrained in ways that I think are really important, because there's the practicality of being able to execute an ambitious vision for your life that can be disappointing if you don't achieve it. But I think that you should be allowed to dream big regardless, and that's something that I have to remind myself. And I feel like I haven't really given myself permission to dream as big as I want for my life. And I think that's something that I'm realizing today as I talk to and surround myself with people who are having really ambitious visions for their life. So maybe I talk more about what that means for me concretely in the following few weeks or months, but that's an idea that I've really been thinking about.